Ooh, boy. All right, where do we want to start? We want to start Kings or coaches? Let's start with the coaches because we got some breaking news in the NFL. Then we'll get into Kings. And maybe, just maybe, we'll have a Ramie appearance as he walks through dramatically and sits down at his microphone at some point here soon. But a couple of head coaching notes and one big one for 49ers fans. And we knew this was going to happen, right? DeMeco Ryans, it was a fait accompli that DeMeco was going to be gone. He is officially gone. DeMeco Ryans has agreed with the Houston Texans to be the next head coach. And I'm not surprised at the deal. I am surprised at the length of the deal. If you were wondering why DeMeco would take a gig with Houston, an organization that really hasn't gotten anything right in several years, I think the answer to that question is Houston gave him 6 years. He got a 6-year deal. And coaches are not players. I've got to imagine that he got a lot of guaranteed money. This you don't usually, for a first-time head coach at the NFL level, you don't usually hear a first-time head coach getting a 6-year contract. Good job by DeMeco. Congratulations to DeMeco Ryans. He has been fantastic for this defense. And people talk about the Niners defense and all the talent, and it's true. They got tons of talent at all 3 levels, defensive line, linebacker, secondary, right? They've got tremendous talent at all 3 levels. But I've said this during the season. I said it during the playoffs, and I'll say it right now. DeMeco deserves a lot of credit because he doesn't get lazy. He doesn't just let his guys figure it out. He spins the dial. He changes looks. In the postseason is playing Tampa 2, which they didn't play much of at all during the season. He's throwing Tampa 2 out there to confuse offenses. Ryans is a very smart man. Seems like he's got great energy, great vibes, similar to Robert Saleh. So congratulations to DeMeco Ryans as he heads to the Houston Texans. Just a fantastic job by him in San Francisco, and he got the bag. And he deserved the bag. So Houston handed it over, and that is a fantastic, fantastic thing for DeMeco. You wonder what's going to happen with the Niners. There's some weird stuff going on with Vic Fangio. There were rumors that he was close to going to Miami at one point. It was thought that the deal was pretty much done. Then we found out that the deal, wait a minute. We found out that the deal was not, quote unquote, finalized. And so now is Vic Fangio a possibility? Seems like he's still going to end up in Miami. Ian Rappaport on the Pat McAfee show earlier today said that, he still would think that Fangio ends up in Miami. I brought up 2 names the other day, and I know some people were, kind of wishy-washy on the names, but I brought up 2 names. I brought up Steve Wilks, the former defensive coordinator / interim head coach in Carolina, was also the former head coach in Arizona before they decided to go get Cliff Kingsbury. How'd that work out for them? And I also brought up the idea of Brian Flores. And I know some people said, wait a minute. Steve Wilks, really? Well, today we found out that Steve Wilks is going to interview for the DC position in San Francisco. So maybe I wasn't too crazy. Maybe I wasn't nuts. Steve Wilks might be the next defensive coordinator for the 49ers, and I think it would be a good hire. I said I thought it'd be a good hire the other day. I thought he or Brian Flores would be a good hire for this football team. Wilks is getting an interview. He might be the guy. Meanwhile, Cattles and Ramie, no Ramie, got stuck in an elevator earlier today. True story. He's driving right now. His took us to the studio. We were wondering what was going to happen with Sean Payton. And Sean Payton has been going back and forth for the last few weeks, right? Oh, he's close to this. He's the favorite here. He's the favorite there. Then we heard, well, he's probably going to end up going back to television. It doesn't seem like the compensation is going to be right, et cetera, et cetera. Well, deal got done. Sean Payton is on his way to Denver to work with Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. The Saints and Broncos finalized the deal on compensation. Here's how it's going to work. The Saints will get a first-round pick and an early pick, likely a second-rounder. This is according to Ian Rappaport. But they will also give a pick back. It's a complex deal, but it is done. Sean Payton will be the next head coach of the Denver Broncos. And obviously, if you're looking at all of the coaching possibilities and guys that could get hired during this cycle, Sean Payton was at the top of the list for a lot of people, right? He's a proven guy. He's won a Super Bowl. He did a lot of great things with the Saints organization. If you want to find somebody who can possibly fix this Russell Wilson problem, I don't know if there's anybody better than Sean Payton. I don't think anybody out there available would be a better pick for the Broncos to try to fix this deal with Russell, because Wilson was terrible this year. If you're trying to fix him, and you have to fix him with what you gave up and the money you gave to him, they've got to try their best to fix that guy. Sean Payton's the best option. He's the best choice. And so the compensation, Adam Schefter has updated the original story. It is a 2023 first-round pick, next year's second-round pick, and Sean Payton will go to Denver along with a Saints 2024 third-round pick. So Denver gives up a first, they give up a second, they get Payton and a third-round pick next year. So that is the swap. That's what's going down. So your thoughts on DeMeco Ryans? Obviously, this is going to impact the Niners defense. This has happened before. This is not the first time. It will be, probably not the last time. There's been a major brain drain happening in San Francisco since Kyle Shanahan took over, which means good things, because that means they actually, love what Kyle Shanahan is doing, and they want to pluck from his coach's tree, as they call it. But a lot of brain drain happening. And now you wonder, is it Wilks? How much does that change what they do defensively? How does the personnel fit? Will they make moves based off of that personnel? So a lot of different things happening with the Niners here over the past couple of days. They just lost their DC. Your thoughts on that? 916-339-1140.